You want to call this a duck? It's a duck. There's no doubt about it. It's literally a duck. But I think it's something deeper, man. And I keep saying that, but because Loma's the type of guy that don't duck any smoke.
Gervonta Davis has exposed Vasyl Lomachenko for avoiding a fight with him. After their victories in May and June, respectively, the representatives for Loma and Tank initiated discussions regarding a potential unification bout for the WBA and IBF lightweight world titles later this year. The possible matchup that many had been looking forward to for several years started to thrill fans. Reports indicated that discussions between the long-standing promotional competitors, Bob Arum's Top Rank, representing Lomachenko, and Al Haymon's PBC, representing Davis, were progressing positively. The Ukrainian, however, has now made the decision to end the talks. Loma has decided to take a break from boxing and will not be participating in any further fights this year. His manager, Egis Klimas, told boxing reporter Steve Kim, "Loma is not in the mood right now. He doesn't have the motivation at the moment. He's taking off. He wants to spend more time with the family. He doesn't want to do anything until the end of the year, so he's definitely not coming to the ring until the end of the year." Regarding the fact Lomachenko is walking away from a mega money fight, Klimas added, "With Loma, just money is not what motivates him. He doesn't take anything just because of money. You can offer him millions, tens of millions of dollars. If he doesn't have motivation, he's not ready to prepare for the fight." ESPN reports that this may now make it possible for Shakur Stevenson to face Davis later on. He could be Tank's opponent, in addition to William Zepeda and a future rematch with Isaac Cruz. Meanwhile, Vasyl Lomachenko is a legendary figure in boxing. The Ukrainian athlete has clinched multiple championships across 3 weight classes and earned every accolade available throughout his career. Despite these achievements, Kenny Ellis, the coach of Gervonta Davis, declared that Lomachenko's time is over. The anticipated showdown between Lomachenko and Davis promised to be boxing's next major event. The prospective clash between a decade's dominant force and a rapidly rising star was already capturing headlines. But just as things were going well, Lomachenko backed out.
Let me tell you, he ducked him. Yep, Lomachenko officially ducked Gervonta Tank Davis. He pulled out of the negotiation.
However, the experienced coach was not pleased with Lomachenko's refusal. Ellis took to Instagram to voice his dissatisfaction, posting several criticisms of the Ukrainian fighter's choice. In one of them, Ellis wrote, "If Lomachenko can't get motivated by getting a chance at being the face of boxing, his team needs to hang his gloves where he could never reach them again. He's done." This was in response to Klimas' statements. Ellis acknowledged the disappointment of the supporters with Lomachenko's denial in a different tweet, mentioning that the Ukrainian had accused Tank of trying to escape the bout. Loma fans when he turned down Tank after calling him duck for year, said the coach, showing some shocking footage. With the fight against Loma called off, Davis now needs to seek a new opponent. The choices are limited, particularly since Ryan Garcia's 1-year suspension rules out a rematch of their 2023 bout. Leading the list is WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson, though his absence of a promotional affiliation makes negotiating a deal challenging. As mentioned before, Isaac Pitbull Cruz is next in line, but he has an upcoming bout on August 3rd, where he'll defend his light welterweight title against Jose Valenzuela. And then there's William Zepeda, who has never lost. Despite being little known to casual boxing fans, 4 organizations have the Mexican ranked #1 at lightweight. However, Tim Bradley thinks that we may never see Loma fight again.
However, when I look at him and how he's been behaving as of late, I think about the fact that this isn't one time, this is twice now. Shakur Stevenson, I believe, was a part. Well, Shakur Stevenson was a part of, Top Rank at Loma. Shakur wanted that fight. There was no way that Top Rank was on. I guess they couldn't. Loma said he didn't want the fight. Pretty much said it. I didn't want the fight right now. So not only did he duck Shakur, he also ducked Tank. I think Loma knows that. Again, like I tell you guys all the time, fighters, we know what we can do, what we can't do.
Meanwhile, Team Gervonta Davis isn't finished with Vasyl Lomachenko yet. Following Joe Biden's decision to end his re-election campaign, Team Davis drew an intriguing comparison between Biden and Lomachenko. Unlike the unified Republican support for Donald Trump after the attack on him, several prominent Democrats, including former President Barack Obama, suggested to Biden that it was time to hand over the reins to a new leader. In light of the significant political event in the U.S., Team Gervonta Davis has now associated worries about President Biden's age and fitness with Lomachenko. Lomachenko, who is approaching the end of his prime. Simultaneously, Team Davis has highlighted a similarity between Lomachenko's reluctance to face Tank this year and Biden's decision to withdraw from the presidential race. Coach Kenny Ellis shared a picture of Joe Biden with the caption, "Lomachenko steps down." But why is Vasyl Lomachenko staying away from Tank at the moment? When the matchup between Gervonta Davis and Vasyl Lomachenko was still being discussed, Stephen A. Smith expressed significant worry about Lomachenko's prospects against Davis. Smith acknowledged Lomachenko's punching power, but questioned if it would be enough to overcome Davis. Once it was confirmed that Lomachenko would not be fighting Tank this year, Team Davis speculated that the Ukrainian boxer had succumbed to fear. However, Egis Klimas, Lomachenko's manager, offered a different perspective, saying Lomachenko lacks motivation, but Tim Bradley has different thoughts on it.
Loma, I'm sure, and his team don't want him to go out one on his shield, get knocked out or getting embarrassed. He fought Kambosos because he knew that was a fight that he can win and he can win a belt, and go out on a high note. I think that this is it for Loma. I don't think Loma returns, and I only say that because this is the type of guy that don't duck any smoke. You know, he fought against Lopez, Linares. He fought against Haney. And speaking of that, I mean, the last couple of fights that he's had has been, really close competitive fights. The Haney fight definitely put a dagger in him, man. It really did. He felt he won the fight. Many people watching felt that he won the fight. I thought it could have went either way. I thought Haney could have won the fight. I thought he could have won the fight. It was a very close fight, but deep down inside, he felt that he won.
If Lomachenko didn't want this enormously lucrative fight, it was time for him to retire, according to Tank Davis's co-trainer, Kenny Ellis, who spoke to Mill City Boxing. He said, "People want to see that fight yesterday. They want to see it. Don't need no 5 months. If he can't find motivation, it's time to hang it up. Anything can happen, but it'll be a mistake on Lomachenko's behalf. If he fight anybody besides Tank, they're gonna boo the shit out of him. Give the fans what they want." When asked about his initial reaction to the news and what he anticipates happening next, Ellis expressed his belief that Lomachenko is avoiding a match with Davis. He also hopes that WBC champion Shakur Stevenson won't follow suit. He said, "Lomachenko is ducking, straight ducking. If he retires and we don't get it, then so be it. Hopefully Shakur won't duck. People say Tank's ducking Shakur. Let's see." Lomachenko's decision to withdraw from negotiations certainly paves the way for a fight with Stevenson, who recently became a free agent after ending a long-term promotional deal with Top Rank. Given that neither man had previously been on defense, the fight should theoretically be rather simple to make. It remains to be seen if it results in signing the deal. Despite declining a unification bout against Gervonta Davis this year, Vasily Lomachenko has assured that he will definitely fight again. According to promoter Bob Arum, Lomachenko's plan is to have a fight in the first quarter of 2025. Top Rank chairman Arum said, "We'll see him again." Lomachenko made that clear. According to Arum, Lomachenko's decision was impacted by the conflict in his home Ukraine, which is being targeted by Russia. Arum said, "He doesn't want to fight for the rest of the year. It's legitimate, stuff to do with Ukraine and his family." While the move leaves Davis looking for another opponent for a fall bout, with Shakur Stevenson, the WBC lightweight champion and a 3-division title holder, emerging as the top contender, Lomachenko could easily face Davis in his next fight. Arum said, "It could be Tank as far as Lomachenko is concerned. He's made his money and he's saved his money." While this fight may not happen now, some boxing experts are still sharing their predictions about the winner of the fight. Gervonta Davis is a reasonable favorite against Vasily Lomachenko, according to Jorge Linares. The Venezuelan fighter was stopped in the 10th round of the battle, but not before felling Lomachenko back in 2018. Since that fight, the careers of both fighters have diverged significantly. Lomachenko is now a world champion, while Linares is grappling with a 4-fight winless streak. Although Linares respects Lomachenko greatly, he can't ignore a Davis halt in the event that the lightweight competitors square up. Linares said when speaking to YSM Sports Media, "Lomachenko is a great fighter, amazing guy, amazing boxer. I fought with him, but it's different. It's a different time. Maybe 4 years ago, it would be 50-50. Now I believe Gervonta. We will see at that moment. Maybe TKO, maybe some crazy KO." Linares commented that we are witnessing a new era for Gervonta Davis, describing it as his prime time. He praised Davis as one of the most impressive boxers in the 135 and 140-pound categories in recent years. Although he acknowledged Vasily Lomachenko as a great fighter and a remarkable boxer, Linares emphasized that times have changed. He speculated that Davis might deliver a TKO or an impressive knockout, suggesting that Davis could use a strategy similar to the one he employed in his last fight against Frank Martin. Linares noted that while Davis took some punches early on, he waited for the right moment and then delivered a decisive blow, which might happen again with Lomachenko. Another contender for Davis's title is WBC belt holder Shakur Stevenson, who has recently been seeking fights with both Davis and Lomachenko, but has met with no success. In pursuit of bigger opportunities, Stevenson recently parted ways with his longtime promoter, Bob Arum, and Top Rank. However, Linares believes that a fight with Davis would not end well for Stevenson. He said, if Gervonta is fighting with Shakur Stevenson, it's more of an easy fight. I like Shakur, but he has so many crazy things right now. For me, it's more exciting to see Lomachenko with Gervonta. If that fight happens with Shakur, it's easy. With Shakur, Davis can do whatever he wants to do. Maybe decision, maybe KO. If that fight with Shakur can happen, I think Gervonta can kill this guy. After Devin Haney relinquished all 4 titles in the division, Lomachenko claimed the vacant IBF belt by defeating George Kambosos Jr. The WBA promptly promoted Tank Davis to full champion, a status he confirmed with a stunning knockout of the previously undefeated Frank Martin. Reputable trainer Robert Garcia predicted 5 years ago that things would be significantly different in an interview with Fight Hub TV. He said, I think 5 or 6 years ago, I would pick Lomachenko right away. Right now, it might be too hard. I think at his age and his size, because he's not that big of a lightweight, I think I have to favor Tank. His power is just unbelievable. Garcia, who currently trains pound-for-pound star Jesse Bam, Rodriguez, and others, praised the Ukrainian fighter but ultimately couldn't overlook the immense power of Davis, who has knocked out 28 of his 30 opponents so far. He said, Loma's got great skills, man. Loma's the one that will not be afraid of him. Loma's the one that will be in great shape. If he knows how to win the first few rounds and then fights smart the rest of the fight, then there's a chance he could pull it off. He further added, Loma is a very smart man, but I just think Tank's power is too much. Loma's so skillful, man, that he could do it for 12 rounds, but when you have someone like Tank in front of you, it's not going to be easy. It won't be easy. Similarly, Teofimo Lopez, who won by unanimous decision against Lomachenko in October 2020 and sparred with Davis years earlier, is unequivocal about his choice and provides a clear reason for it. Lopez explained to Fight Hype over the weekend, I would say, though, overall Tank and his team are going after that fight because they're following the Floyd Mayweather route. The route is to get them when you know you're going to win the fight. So I'm going to follow the script and I believe Tank will win. Lopez thinks that Lomachenko has significantly slowed down since their fight nearly 4 years ago. However, he still believes that the 36-year-old boxing legend's technical style will remain tricky for even a sharp boxer and knockout artist like Davis, the reigning WBA lightweight world champion, to handle. Lopez added, I think it's tricky for him with Loma. He's not easy at all. Davis will never face anybody. Whether in sparring or whatnot, he's never going to face someone like Vasily Lomachenko. I promise you that. I'm telling you from first-hand experience, and he'll understand that when he gets in the ring with him. Lomachenko saw his dream of becoming undisputed dashed by a contentious unanimous decision defeat to Devin Haney last year. However, he made a comeback in the ring this year, securing the vacant IBF lightweight title in May with a victory over George Kambosos Jr. The boxing community has been buzzing with mixed reactions after Vasily Lomachenko announced he would be taking a break from boxing. While many fans expressed disappointment over the postponement of the fight, there is also a strong contingent that supports Lomachenko's decision to prioritize his health and career. A significant number of fans are saddened by the news, as they were eagerly anticipating the clash between the two elite fighters. The timing seemed perfect, with both boxers coming off recent fights and in peak condition. This fan said, this was the perfect time for the fight to happen. They are both coming off fights not too far apart. Then when Loma gets back, he probably gonna need a tune-up. This fight ain't happening for another year, or maybe not at all. Another fan echoed this sentiment, expressing concern over the long-term implications of the delay. Wonder if this adds fire to the rumors Loma is ready to hang it up. If he's not going to retire, fighting Davis later rather than sooner seems to be a bad bet. The frustration over the delay has also led fans to look for alternative matchups, and this fan said, well, now we need Tank vs Shakur. I don't care about Zepeda, he's not a champion. He can verse Dennis for a belt to be worth fighting for someone like Tank, Shakur, or Loma. Despite the disappointment, there is a notable faction of supporters who defend Lomachenko's decision, arguing that it is unfair to accuse him of ducking the fight. This fan said, you all saying Loma ducked Tank, so if Tank don't fight Shakur next, did he duck Shakur? I'm just curious to how y'all play around here and who you all hold accountable. Another fan provided context for Lomachenko's decision, criticizing the timing of the call-out from Davis. Can't blame him. Tank wouldn't go near him for years. Now he wants him when he's old and inactive. I'm a Tank fan, but why would Loma be arsed with risking a devastating knockout at this stage of his life? Ships sailed. The debate over Lomachenko's decision also touches on his legacy and future in boxing. Some fans are highly critical, viewing the decision as a sign of cowardice. One detractor said, Loma might be the biggest coward in boxing history. Did the same to Shocker said he was going to retire, then fought Kambosos. Please strip him. On the other hand, supporters argue that Lomachenko has earned the right to make decisions in his best interest, especially given his impressive career and contributions to the sport. As the dust settles, the boxing world will continue to speculate about Lomachenko's future and the potential for a Davis-Lomachenko fight. In the meantime, fans will be watching closely to see how Davis and other top contenders navigate the shifting landscape of the lightweight division. Meanwhile, we know that Shakur Stevenson's foray into the lightweight division has been far from impressive. His bout against Edwin de los Santos was widely criticized as lackluster, and it's easy to see why. Stevenson managed only 209 punches, landing just 65. Determined to overcome that lackluster performance, he aimed to deliver a thrilling show in his first defense of the WBC lightweight title against Artem Harutyunyan this year. It quickly became apparent that the bout was so unexciting that the hometown fans began to boo him. To make matters worse, a significant number of spectators were spotted exiting the venue halfway through the mat. While Stevenson undeniably has remarkable talent and is an exceptional defensive boxer, the crowd's reaction highlights their frustration with his reluctance to engage. Fans invest their hard-earned money to witness fighters actively contesting in the ring, yet Stevenson seems hesitant to fully unleash his skills. In contrast, Gervonta Davis, a fellow lightweight contender and Stevenson's compatriot, is renowned for his knockout prowess. Nicknamed Tanks for good reason, Davis has delivered 28 knockouts in 30 bouts, demonstrating his ability to unleash profoundly powerful punches once he's decoded his opponent's style. This clash of contrasting styles could create an exciting matchup. Nevertheless, rising featherweight star Bruce "Shoo Shoo" Carrington Jr. needs to elevate his performance before stepping into the ring with the 29-year-old knockout specialist. When Carrington met with Jorge Jasmuth from Mill City Boxing, Jasmuth inquired whether the bout between the two fighters could become a major pay-per-view event. The 27-year-old native of Brownsville, Brooklyn, responded with a firm no. Bruce Carrington, who has been a sparring partner for Tank Davis for several years, suggested that Stevenson was the main reason fans of boxing might not be eager to watch the fight. Carrington believes that Stevenson needs to emerge from his defensive stance and be more aggressive in his upcoming bouts to make a compelling case for a matchup with Gervonta Davis. Right now, no. I feel because these guys are young, they have time to build it up, and because of how the audience has been taking Shakur's last performance. The interest in it is low. For it to be big again, Shakur has to have exciting performances, at least back-to-back performances, Carrington said to Mill City Boxing. In his recent bout with Harutyunyan, Shakur Stevenson acknowledged the need for further training to enhance his performance. During the post-fight interview, he mentioned that he needed to focus on closing the distance in the ring to better execute his attacks. I have to cut the ring a little more because my opponent was going one way and then the other, so I have to go back to the gym and work on cutting the ring, Stevenson remarked. To fully capitalize on Stevenson's skills as a defensive counterpuncher, he requires an opponent who will engage and force him to step out of his defensive shell. While Davis appears to be a prime contender for this role, Stevenson must first secure a contract with a promotion. Additionally, he will need to generate some excitement in his forthcoming matches to establish himself as a compelling pay-per-view draw for Davis to consider. Shakur Stevenson's problems are currently becoming worse because two major promoters have already withdrawn from the competition to sign him. Reportedly, Shakur's team also had meetings with Golden Boy Promotions, but it didn't materialize into an enticing fight contract. Dropping out of the race to sign him, Oscar De La Hoya commented, "Shakur Stevenson, you're a free agent. You're a great fighter and a great talent, but not for me. I believe that when somebody says you're not fighting for the public, I cannot promote." Currently, Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing appears to be in the lead to secure his signing. The British promoter is confident that he can achieve great things with Stevenson and has claimed that Stevenson's former promoter, Bob Arum, did a terrible job in promoting him. We know that Vasily Lomachenko showcased his timeless skill, becoming the first fighter to stop George Kambosos Jr. with a series of relentless body shots. This win earned Loma the IBF world title and set him up for another major fight. Nonetheless, most experts consider WBC title holder Shakur Stevenson and WBA champion Gervonta Tank Davis as the top contenders in the division. Shakur is a brilliant defensive boxer, while Tank has devastating one-punch knockout power. Their fighting styles are completely different from one another. Stevenson demonstrated his skill once more, easily securing a unanimous decision victory over Artem Harutyunyan. However, for the second consecutive fight, the audience voiced their dissatisfaction with the performance as the final bell rang. On the other hand, Tank delivered on his promise, knocking out Frank Martin in the 8th round with a powerful uppercut followed by a devastating left hook. In an interview with Fight Hype, trainer Robert Garcia expressed his belief that Davis is unstoppable in the lightweight division. He said, "He's unbelievable, man. I think Tank at this point is unbeatable at the lightweight division against any of the world champions. I think he's the top guy right now in that division. He had a great performance. He has the timing, power, accuracy, everything everything is great, man. He's a perfect fighter right now. Gervonta Davis, known for his explosive power and undefeated record, did not mince words when addressing Lomachenko's recent decision to take a break from boxing. As per rumors, Davis claimed that Lomachenko is intentionally ducking their anticipated bout, suggesting that the Ukrainian fighter is afraid to face him in the ring. Davis's accusations have polarized the boxing community, with fans taking to social media to voice their opinions. Many supporters of Davis believe that Lomachenko is indeed avoiding a fight that he knows he might lose, while others defend Lomachenko's decision, citing his storied career and the toll it has taken on him physically. While Lomachenko has yet to directly respond to Davis's accusations, his camp has hinted that the decision to take a break was driven by personal and professional reasons, including the need to recover and recharge after a grueling schedule. Sources close to Lomachenko suggest that he is not afraid of Davis, but is simply making a strategic decision for his career longevity. Prominent figures in the boxing world have also weighed in on the controversy. Veteran boxing analyst Max Kellerman commented, "It's easy to call someone out and make accusations, but we have to remember the wear and tear these fighters go through. Lomachenko has had a stellar career, and if he needs time off, that's his prerogative." Meanwhile, Showbiz the Adult shared his thoughts on it.
And let me tell you, I know why. I know why. My sources, trust me, bro. That's my source. Trust me, bro. I know why. Let me tell you something. Lomachenko wasn't offered enough money for his going away party. He wasn't offered enough money for his going away party. He ducked him. That whole, I just want to sit out for the rest of the year. I want to be, bruh, listen. And it's amazing. It's really impressive that Gervonta Tank Davis made Lomachenko duck him.
As the debate rages on, the future of a potential Davis-Lomachenko fight remains uncertain. Fans continue to clamor for the matchup, but with Lomachenko taking time off, the bout may not happen anytime soon. In the meantime, Davis is likely to pursue other high-profile fights to maintain his momentum and prove his dominance in the lightweight division. While some believe Lomachenko is avoiding the fight, others support his decision to take a break. As the situation evolves, the boxing world eagerly awaits further developments, hoping for a resolution that will eventually lead to the much-anticipated clash between these two titans of the sport.
That his abilities, his power, that is very impressive in this way, because Lomachenko doesn't duck any smoke. To duck Tank, that's pretty damn, because I fight Devin Haney, he's a heavyweight. He'll fight anybody, bro. You can't get more cocky and confident than Vasily Lomachenko. High tech, you can't get more cocky, except for when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis. And I know you guys going, hey, Gervonta ducked him a long time ago. And okay, right now, Lomachenko clearly ducked Gervonta Tank Davis.
Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.